How's it going? How's it going, everyone? I say everyone, and I don't even know who's watching. I don't know if there even is anyone watching. Why? Because I haven't invested in another monitor yet. And I really need to do that. Trying this out on the YouTubes, trying to boost the YouTube channel a little bit. I actually kind of like this because now I can just look at my OBS setup and your chat's appearing right here and I can see it versus having to switch back and forth like I used to do. The only problem is I still can't see how many people or who exactly is watching unless they comment. So, comment. But I'm gonna get this started now because I've been drinking on this early times for the past week, and it's become it's a permanent part of my whiskey cabinet, we shall say. I'm also excited because I finally get to use these new All-American Roughneck rocks glasses that my wife surprised me with, so that's pretty cool. I won't be using the stones today, but maybe another time. Phil says morning. Feels like morning. Maybe that's because I slept a lot today. And I'm mixing tonight with Diet Mountain Dew because I've been on a Mountain Dew kick lately. No other reason but that. What's up?
There's already poop on the stairs.
Will you please pick it up? There's toilet paper in that bathroom. Thank you. I have a ritual now, yeah.
Can I wash an apple? What?
Yes. You know what? Who knows? This could be a very intimate stream that turns into me just reading ridiculous cards to myself. Who knows? Yeah, so you can see the kit or the set comes with 2 rocks glasses, 6 stones, and then a pair of tongs. So it's a pretty neat little kit set, whatever you want to call it. The thing that like really drew me to it was the wooden box it came in. I'm a sucker for a good wooden box. Hello, Mayhem Men. Mayhem Man 60. Hello. How is everybody doing tonight? How are you guys doing? Right on. Keep it up. Keep the grind. Eat healthy. Lots of vegetables, lots of protein. You'll get there. So, watching this as it's happening is kind of funny because there's a slight delay, and when I shake my head like this, there's a little bit of ripple in my forehead, and it makes it look my hat's like doing some funky stuff. Sorry guys, if you can't tell, I participated before I turned the camera on. You know what? I think the Nats are back. No. The Nats cannot be back. No. I think we're going to keep this short tonight. Not because I don't want to drink a lot, because I'll drink plenty. But because I think I should probably get to bed at a decent hour tonight, and actually go to the gym not feeling like complete trash. Thank you, Mayhem Man 60, for putting the drive in me to go to the gym tomorrow. So, today we're going to watch one match, and then we're going to do a few cards. Now, it's not going to be Answer the Internet like it typically is, because one of my little heathens destroyed the box that it came in, and some of the cards got lost, and that drove me nuts. So, I got cards from another game, very similar, that Tommy Dean turned me on to, and it's called Disturbed Friends. Every question is so fucked up. So fucked up. Like, it has to be pretty gnarly for me to say that about it. Because Lord knows, I don't give a fuck. So, we're gonna watch one match. It's actually a very recent match. There's a few flubs, but it was a fun match. Between myself, Derek James, and Brandon Groom at Body Progression Wrestling. Now, I'm gonna preface this with, after the match, Derek actually assaulted me, so I will be fighting him again this Friday, and there ain't nothing he can do about it because it's just me and him. So it's gonna be a fun time. So let's get this guy loaded up. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this playlist down and get to rocking and rolling. Maybe. The banners all night kept falling, and it was the greatest thing ever. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I have not seen the new Jackass yet. However, I will be seeing it before I fight Derek James again. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy my ridiculous entrance. See the girl right here in the front row is really enjoying it because she has no clue what the fuck she just walked into. She's like, why the hell did you bring me here? These people are fucking weird. We had probably 75 to 100 in the crowd, and which that normally would sound low, but being that there was only one side, there wasn't two, there wasn't three, it was just that one side. It's not bad. Filled up that section quite nicely. Oh, that pole, actually, I've spider monkeyed on. I've done the 619 around it. I've used that pole so many times. I don't know why, but his entrance pops me every time.
Introducing first.
Yes, in Bristow, James. This was in Bristow.
Fighting out of Bristow, Oklahoma, weighing 100.
It was billed as three boys from Bristow, and I'm the only one not announced from Bristow, even though I did grow up there.
Anything you'd like to say to the crowd before the match?
Brandon, I see it in your eyes. You know there is a new BPW champion tonight. But I just want to let you know that the power of God can outlast the self-proclaimed Satan.
Introducing next, fighting out of Little Rock, Arkansas, weighing in at 185 pounds, Wesley Cray. Wesley, do you have anything you'd like to say to the crowd?
Hey, Brandon.
Pretty plain. Last but certainly not least, your current BPW heavyweight champion, fighting out of Bristow, Oklahoma, weighing in at 234 pounds, I always believe, Brandon Groom.
I don't know why. Like, there are so many people that dread working with Brandon, and he is a blast.
You two trained with me right here in this gym.
It's so much fun.
And I couldn't be more honored to be right here in the main event of Unstoppable with you. But the attitudes, the spirits within us, they changed. Derek James, we were great training partners. We could have been tag team wrestlers together, champions. But I see your attitude. You think that let that pride well up. So that's what's going to give you victory, huh? Yes, you can say
There was not much Mountain Dew there.
about the power of
Not
God
ready.
overcoming Satan. Wesley Crane, I knew you as Wes, and now you call yourself the devil, Wesley Crane. Well, guess what? I believe you. Because spirits can seek inside of your body, and they can live there, and they can do things. Well, guess what? Just like the devil is inside of you, Wesley Crane, the power of God lives inside of Brandon Groom. And tonight, hey, you know what? One day I know that power will reach inside of you, and that demon will quit destroying even your life.
He really will. He will do whatever.
In the ring, and you know it gets you in personally too. One day you'll be delivered from that. But right now for these fans, right here at Unstoppable, I'm trying to get this going. Let's get ready to rumble!
You know, he has always wanted to say that. The way he delivered that, he's always wanted to say that. Like I said, this is not a perfect match. There are so many flubs and just different things that happen that shouldn't have. It's just a fun match. Tangled up in Derek James there. And then this old man right here tries to kill me by kicking the chair that I'm standing on. What a douche. Hit him and he pulls me down.
Right there! That's the power of Brandon!
Exactly. Exactly.
No! Hey! You wanna rock and roll with me? No! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, he will. He is a ridiculously strong human being. And it's scary. He is one of the only people to ever scare the hell out of me in person. we were doing back day, I think, and we were doing T-bar rows, where we have the landmine gimmick, and it basically acts as a teeter-totter as you lift it. I lift mine, and he stacks probably 4 or 5 more plates. And when he goes to lift it, the whole bar comes out of the corner. It like just hovers between his legs as he's lifting it, and he's grunting and snorting and slobbering all over the place. I was just like, what is going on? And it was legitimately scary. It was that moment that you realize this man could kill me at whatever moment he damn well pleased.
Dumbasses! None of us are giving up! You got a good point. So,
Whiskey is just settling lower and lower.
you two, die!
Springboard stunner.
Hell stop, bitch! Shit!
That was definitely supposed to be at the same time gimmick.
Ladies and
seen it coming.
gentlemen, your
Should have seen that
winner.
coming. So that was the match we will be viewing for today. However, we will be reading some Disturbed Friends cards as well. However, we're going to do this a little differently. Normally, I'll pour another drink and then we'll read the cards. I might have one more between there. So I don't know. It's just kind of a whenever I feel like, right? But I poured this one before we started the match. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to pour one more. And after every card, I have to finish the drink. It only seems fair. So, Philly, you said you got off the phone with a naive promoter. I've got to know. You don't have to say any names. Don't say any names. But as best as you can without just calling the guy out. Or gal. Gal's promoted too. Without just calling them out. How are they naive? And yes, Brandon Groom is a champion human tosser. And now I want a Brandon Groom human tosser shirt. It would be fantastic. Man. So, like I said, today we're drinking on Early Times. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. This is the Early Times Bottled and Bond, which is 100 proof. It's nice. I picked it up for roughly $26 after tax, and it has a nice taste, unless you're not expecting it. Well, I mean, yeah, definitely sounds naive. Man, there are even like upper indie promotions that are like struggling to keep like a tight-knit commentary team. So, obviously, she has some. I don't know, maybe she thinks she's bigger than she is. I don't know. So, and I don't know what promotion it is. That's a long ways away, man. August. And you can't fault talent for wanting to work, bigger or better places. Exposure is the most powerful tool in this business. You know that just as well as I do. Networking and all that comes with it, but without exposure, you're not getting anywhere. It's not like Vince McMahon or you know, someone from AEW just watches random like warehouse shows that draw, I don't know, 100, 200 people max, and they're like, yeah, we want that guy. Like, they don't do that. You have to truly put in the time, the effort, and work, and only then will you be able to network and gain exposure. Ultimately, though, exposure is the most powerful tool in this business, in my opinion. In my opinion. Okay, so we're gonna finish this. We're gonna load up the cards, and we're gonna get to town. You guys ever get the whiskey burn in your nose? Earlier, I had made some ramen, threw some really good protein in there and stuff like that. But I used Marvin's More Than. If you haven't checked out Marvin's More Than, by the way, go check them out. Like, the hot sauces on there are delicious. Like, you find a lot of hot sauces that are like vinegary, or like they're hot as fuck, but they don't have any taste. They don't have any flavor. Marvin's More Than actually does have flavor, and it has the spice to it. Also, Marvin's More Than is the only company that I know of that does a so-called like children's, like it's primarily what you would give to your kids. If your kids, like, if you're eating hot sauce and your kids are like, oh, I want some, you can pull this out and use it, and it looks just like all the other products. But it's called Baby Mouth, and it has zero spice to it. But it tastes amazing. And then from there you got Pepper Breath. It has some spice to it, but tastes just like Baby Mouth. From there you move up to Little Sauce of Horrors, and that's like, it's pretty damn hot. I absolutely love it, but it's pretty damn hot. However, then comes my favorite sauce that they make, and it's Ogre Killer. And holy hell is it hot. But oh my god, does it taste wonderful. But they were kind of trying out some dry rubs and stuff like that. So I got to taste some of the dry rub, and I made some ramen with this dry rub. And I was watching something, I had laughed, or I giggled, and it got all up in my nose, and it wasn't fun. It was horrible. I sat here like wanting to cry for like 30 minutes, and it was just a nightmare. That is similar to Whiskey Nose, except for Whiskey Nose smells like straight up alcohol and kind of makes you want to right then and there. James, this coming WFC show, I don't know who I have. This coming WFC show is a themed show, going with the 80s theme. As you can see, the poster behind me, very old school style. But I don't know who I have at this show. But this will be at the American Legion Post 1 in Tulsa, and I'm curious. I'm curious to see how WFC handles the themed shows, because I saw their Halloween setup. I saw pictures of it, and like they had spiderwebs, they had cobwebs, they had everything everywhere, and it was really cool looking. So I'm curious to see how they decorate for this show. And yes, James, it's called Marvin's More Than. You can check them out on Facebook. I'll send you a link, actually, real quick, just so you've got the correct information. There you go. So, okay, I've gotta explain this, right? Because last time I did this, I was on Twitch, I believe, which was strange for me because I don't stream on Twitch typically. A spider. Ew. So I got bit by a spider like not even a month ago, so I don't like spiders. And those little fucking black ones terrify the piss out of me. I don't know why. And yeah, so you and Anthony just poking random ass body parts in the camera. Last time I was on Twitch, and that was because for whatever reason, when I went to go stream on Facebook, Facebook blocked me and just like wouldn't let me do anything, wouldn't let me post, comment, nothing. So, got it. Okay, so Facebook wouldn't let me post, comment, do nothing. So I couldn't, it was bad. So I streamed on Twitch, not even thinking YouTube. So my YouTube channel is something that I use to post highlight clips. If I vlog, if I do a vlog, I'll post the vlog clips. And I was just like, well, if I'm gonna do everything else there, might as well do the stream there too, because Facebook, I don't know, Facebook's wonky, and I didn't want to mess it up again. So, yeah. Dude, if she starts throwing spiders at me, game over. I'll fight her. I don't care. I'll fight her. She'll put up a good fight and probably whip my ass, but I'll fight her. Oh, you know what? You know what? I think next time on Whiskey Wednesday, I think we may play a game. I think we might. I don't know what game it will be yet, but we'll play a game. What I'll do is I'll turn all the lights down where it's, whoop, not that way, that way. And we'll keep it nice and scary. And maybe I'll play Phasmophobia or something on the hardest difficulty to scare the shit out of me. I feel like that would be fun. I feel like it would be a wonderful time because getting scared while inebriated is hilarious. If you've never seen it happen, it's the funniest thing. And I tend to let my guard down fairly easily once I start drinking. Yeah, of course I'll fight her on camera. This is a spectator sport, Mr. Phil. Yeah, dude. Once that new Camlete comes in, that'll be great. And then, like I said, we'll jump on here at some point on the Discord, and I'll walk you through the whole process. It's great. It's easy. It's fun. It's easy if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, and it's a nightmare, and it's horrible, and you can just kind of play the guessing game. But if you know what you're doing when you're color grading, it's fantastic. Like this color grade right here is the color grade for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 from the 80s for when they did the radio station scene where Stretch was in the radio station. And nobody would have ever fucking guessed that if I hadn't have said anything. But I'm a huge horror buff. As you can see behind me, I've got the Tiffany doll, I've got the Friday the 13th collector coin, a Freddy vs. Jason film reel, which is dope, right? You gotta check this out. So this is an actual piece of the film from when they made Freddy vs. Jason. Specifically, when Jason wakes up out of the grave. It is the coolest thing, in my opinion, that I have on this shelf. And I have a lot of really cool things on this shelf. I mean, the autographed Mr. Sacco, the old Kane figure that's, oh God, hold on a second. It says 1998 Titan Sports Just Toys Inc. Made in China. Bendy something. And it has his name like embossed on his back. Like, it is the coolest figure, but I didn't think he was gonna stick his face in front of the camera. But in my opinion, this is the coolest thing I've got on my shelf, and specifically, and I say specifically, that's not the word I'm looking for, and solely because my friend Buddy, who owns Marvin's More Than, is the one that got it for me for Christmas. It's the coolest thing. I've got a bunch of other rubber ones like that. Like, I've got Al Snow, I've got Hulk Hogan, George the Animal Steel. Like, I've got the George the Animal Steel and the Hulk Hogan are much bigger though, but they're the same like rubber style. So. Yes, we do need to knock out the last part of Labyrinthine. Because didn't they add more to it or something? Because, like, I remember us getting through the tomb, and, like, once we got through the tomb, it seemed like it was over. But we were talking the other day, and I thought somebody had said that they had added more stuff to it. Oh, dude, Labyrinthine on Absinthe would be great. That would be fantastic. But it has to be true Absinthe, not this, like, bullshit stuff you get here. Gotta be true Absinthe. Yeah, okay, so they add more stuff to it. Like, that's gonna be awesome. And yes, I will happily play that while intoxicated. So maybe we'll do some Phasmophobia and some Labyrinthine. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I love how I'm obviously in a state of just talking and rambling at the moment, but before I started the stream, I partook. Read into that as you wish, but I had quite a bit. Now, after one glass of this, I'm pretty good going. I've got 3 cards, which means I gotta do 1, 2, 3 more drinks. See? 3 cards means 3 drinks. And I had to count that. Anyway, we've got 3 cards, which means I got 3 drinks left. If I'm here now, you know that by the end of this video, by the end of this stream, it's gonna be great. Oh. So here's a fun, nifty little fact about Mr. Crane that you may not know. And yes, we do gotta get the crew back together. Gotta get me, you, Dimitri, Kai, all of us back together. Playing the video games. That was the one thing about the pandemic that was like really cool, was that kind of sparked our video game playing. Like, yeah, we talked to each other here and there, right? It was cool, we were all friends, but we weren't as actively communicative? We didn't communicate with each other as a whole. It was like me to you, or you to Kai, or Dimitri to Kai, or Kai to me. Like, it was all weird and spread out. And now that, like, the pandemic happened, that kind of brought us all together as a cohesive group, and that feels really cool. And I feel like there's not a lot of people that get that. So I enjoy it. Definitely grown closer as a group. I know that like the Inner Circle thing is kind of an AEW thing because of the whole Jericho thing that the Jericho faction that they have. But truthfully, you guys are my Inner Circle. I know that the Inner Circle term has been around longer than that faction, but you know what I mean. You guys are my Inner Circle. Tommy D is also my Inner Circle. Like he's in there, and just because we don't have him in the Discord yet, keyword yet, because he expressed interest in playing Dead by Daylight and that kind of thing with us. He's got a PS4 or Xbox. I don't remember which one he has, but he's got Dead by Daylight. So he expressed interest in jumping on Discord and hanging out with us and playing some games with us and that kind of thing. So I think once we get him in here, it'll be really cool. Obviously, if he's in the Inner Circle, if he's in my Inner Circle, he's fairly like-minded to us. So, because I partook earlier, my nose is all blocked up, so I'm like, all the whiskey smell is trapped, right? It's trapped. So I'm getting a lot of whiskey nose. However, whatever my wife is cooking downstairs is breaking that barrier, and I do smell it. So after this, I'm gonna go eat. However, before I move on to the cards and I pour my next drink and we get into all the fun stuff and the horrible naughty things that the kids that may or may not be, I don't think any kids are watching. I hope no kids are watching. This is not a kid-friendly thing. And if you've got your kids in the room, I mean, you should be prepared for this. Anyway, before I move on to reading the cards, next Whiskey Wednesday is March 2nd, and we will have a special guest. We will have Samedi on here. Now, Samedi and I go way back. When I started my wrestling journey back in 2014, it didn't take long for me to end up at Compound Pro Wrestling. And I met Samedi at Compound, and I was quickly thrust into his group called Legion. It was me, him, Rob Cabello, which I will also have on at some point, and then it was just us three, right? So Legion was the coolest thing because nobody was doing anything like that. It was a very dark voodoo ritual gimmick. There were a lot of religious undertones to it, and that's where I kind of adapted my entrance from, essentially. Because in Legion, I would sprawl across the ropes and spit blood into the air because that was Samedi's gimmick. He would make people drink the blood, very similar to Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. He would make people drink the blood, and that would put them under his influence, his spell. And he got me to drink the blood, and that turned me into, essentially, what Wesley Crane is today. So I'm very excited to have Samedi on, talk about the old times, talk about the new times, what he's got going on now, because right now he's not actively wrestling. He's taking a hiatus, and I'm interested to see what he's doing with this hiatus. So yeah, March 2nd, 8 o'clock p.m. CST, Wesley Crane presents Whiskey Wednesday live with Samedi. So let's go ahead and get another drink poured, and then we will read some ridiculously naughty cards. These cards are a little bit different. They give you a multiple choice thing. However, the way that the game is actually played is that they have to guess. The person reading the card, reading the multiple choice answers, the rest of the group has to guess what their answer is, and then whoever was right advances. You know, they get the card and they advance, that kind of thing. So that's kind of how we're gonna do it here. Is I'm going to read the question, and you will answer. And I understand that some people won't answer. I understand the whole, like, well, I don't want to comment thing. I get that. But know in your head. You'll know you know the answer you think I'm going to say in your head. So you'll be able to determine that. We're going to do 3 questions, and that means 3 drinks. After each question, I have to finish my drink. So, we will end this off by downing an entire drink and signing off. As always, the donations are right over here. If you want to donate to my Cash App, that will allow for much more expensive whiskeys. If you have a specific whiskey you would like to see on the show, I will happily go get that as long as you donate the money for it. Now, you don't have to donate the entire amount. If you want to see a specific whiskey, I know that there have been a few people that have requested a Japanese sake, and they want to see that. As long as you donate, I can go get that. That's no problem. Donate here at the Cash App $ Wesley Crane, and I can make all that happen. As well, the donations help with better setup. Currently, I have 2 lights. That'll help with a better camera, a better light setup, so on and so forth. Currently, I'm using an iPhone. Believe it or not, an iPhone. So donations help all around with the production, with the whiskeys provided on the show, and all of the above. So donate, Cash App $ Wesley Crane. Now, finish pouring this drink. Okay, so first card of the night, Disturbed Friends. And this card reads, starting off heavy. It says, when I am about to orgasm, please, A, tell me you love me. B, finger my beehole. Or C, punch me in the face. Comment what you guys think. If you don't want to comment, I understand. DM me your answer. I'll give this about a minute, and then I'll reveal the answer. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna guess what you think my answer to this question is. Again, A, tell me you love me. B, finger my butthole. C, punch me in the face. When I'm about to orgasm, please insert one of the above. I've already got a few messages, so I've got that in here. touch of A with C. Okay. Just, I won't throw any names out there, but the other two said A, or I said other two. There were three. A, and B. However, Mr. Phil, you are correct. Touch of A with a C. I'm a pain junkie. It's fun. It's gotta be fun. Now, first question down. Second drink down. Tis wise to grab a drink for the rest of this. So, the whiskey we're drinking tonight is Early Times Bottled and Bond. It's a fairly affordable whiskey. I picked this one up for $26.03 after tax. So, fairly affordable, very... In my opinion, it's a budget whiskey. I know you can get Jack Daniel's, Crown, that kind of stuff for like $10, $12. However, I want to Google this for you guys because I can't remember exact numbers here. So I want to Google this for not only a reminder to me, but for everyone here. What does it take to be counted as a whiskey in the USA?
It's never enough. I can't get it out of my head. Falling asleep instead. It's a long way down at the speed of sound. Oh, my love, what's on your mind? Stupid.
Okay, so to be labeled a straight whiskey, the whiskey must be aged in at least 2 years. It must be aged at least 2 years and contain no additives. Within American whiskey, the law defines a more specific categories. Within American whiskey, the law defines more specific categories of whiskey, which is as see below. I'm not going to read that far into it, but bourbon must be distilled to no more than 80% ABV and matured in charred new oak containers. So there are some requirements that go into that some of the whiskeys such as Jack Daniel's and Crown and that kind of thing don't necessarily fit under, but they fall somehow under the whiskey category. The purpose of Whiskey Wednesday was to introduce different whiskeys to a crowd that may not have ever tried these whiskeys before. Some people stick to just Jack Daniel's, and don't get me wrong, Black Label Jack Daniel's was what I cut my teeth on when it came to whiskey. I've told the story before, but there was a promoter in Texas who I was working for at the time when I first broke into the Texas scene, and he loved to drink. And he bought me a bottle roughly this size of Black Label Jack Daniel's. I loved Jack and Coke at the time. It was basically my go-to alcoholic beverage was Jack and Coke, and I feel like it is for most younger whiskey drinkers too. But we forgot to pick up the Coke, so I just had the Jack. So all night we were at this pool party, and I'm drinking on this bottle, and it's just me drinking this bottle because nobody else at the party liked whiskey. They were all vodka or gin or something like that. Nobody else liked whiskey. So, I'm not gonna drop names. I'll send you the name in the in a DM, Jen. But yeah. Anyway, so we're at this pool party. Nobody else likes fucking whiskey. They're all vodka, gin, that kind of thing. So I'm the only one drinking on this bottle of Jack, and I'm nearing the bottom of the bottle. Like I've got, like down to this last line here, I've got that much left. It's like a drink. It's like you take that down in one go. And so I am standing in the middle of this pool. There are other people in the pool. It's one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, but at the same time, it's one of those things that it's embarrassing, but fuck it, right? Like you're fucked up. You're not gonna be. It's not like you're acting perfect. It's not like you're acting like you are in the locker room, where you're trying to make an impression. You're drunk, like. And the whole thing was that I had to finish this bottle of Jack because I'm standing in the middle of this pool with the Jack bottle by the neck, and I'm looking at the promoter and I'm looking at my buddy Andy, and Andy looks at me and he goes, "You don't have to finish that." And the promoter goes, "Yes, you do. I bought it for you." So, like a fucking champ, that'll turn here in a minute. Like a fucking champ, I take that bottle and up it goes. I fucking down the rest of that Jack Daniels. And as I'm looking at Dalton, and as I'm looking at the promoter, I throw everything up. As soon as it goes down, everything comes up, and I throw up all over this fucking pool, right? And one of the wrestlers that was there, sitting on the edge of the pool, while his girl was in the pool, goes, "Ew. Everybody out of the pool." He sounded like fucking Eeyore, but like that's his voice. He just has a naturally deep, very monotone voice. No, I didn't poop in the pool. I threw up everywhere. But yeah, so Black Label Jack Daniels is what I cut my teeth on, and I know that a lot of people don't, they don't stray away from their Jack Daniels or from their Crown Royal or, something like that. So this show was meant to introduce more outside, maybe lesser known whiskeys. I know that there are some whiskey purists out there that know their shit. Like, they know Early Times, they know Buffalo Trace, they know Four Roses, they know Broken Barrel, they know all these whiskeys. But for those people that don't, this is what this show was meant for, to give you an outside perspective on what flavors are in the whiskeys, how it'll affect you, how strong they are, what proof they are, so on and so forth. I'm gonna kill this gnat! Anyway, that's what the show is made for. However, it's time to pour another drink to go on to card 2. We have 2 cards left. Hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Oh shit, I was just tagged in something. Wesley Crane returns to WFC February 26th, and where Wesley Crane has walked in the last several months, chaos has remained in his wake. He's forced Mr. Nasty out of WFC, seemingly planted a dark seed in the heart of Jason Jones, and while he wasn't the reason Duke Cornell came to WFC, he's forged an unholy alliance with him that continues to have repercussions in WFC. We know Crane will be in the building on February 26th, but who will he strike? What victim has he set his sights on? What chaos will he bring? Don't miss what Wesley Crane does next when WFC returns to the Hope Center Arena on February 26th, the same night that his partner Duke Cornell goes one-on-one with former Ring of Honor TV champion Silas Young. Tickets are on sale at www.wfcprimelive.com for our latest huge event and the next chapter in the new era of wrestling for a cause. Now that is how you promote a fucking return. I'm coming back to WFC and I'm coming back to kick some ass. Duke and I have laid out some seedlings, and we have some surprises in store, and we have some dark things that we're bringing to WFC and that WFC isn't ready for. And who knows, maybe an alliance that I have already made will be making its way to WFC at some point. I have a little bit of reach, you know. I can talk to people throughout the day and make a lot of ground. So, returning to WFC and returning to what I love to do, and that is hurt people, that is what brings me joy. So seeing that I was tagged in that brings me a lot of joy. Now, for the next card number 2, 20 years from now, I will, A, get married for the 3rd time, B, move to an Amish farm and develop a drinking problem. I'm already halfway there. Or C, end up in prison. I really hope it's not C, but with my actions as of late, I feel like it might be. So, what do you think I'm going to choose? DM me, comment, however you feel comfortable. A, get married for the first time. B, move to an Amish farm and develop a drinking problem, which I'm halfway there. Or C, end up in prison. I see Kyle has already said Amish farm. He didn't give that a second thought. He was like, that. The beard is almost there. Nothing really grows here on the cheeks. It's all right here underneath. All I gotta do is shave off the mustache. And I'm halfway there on the drinking problem, so. Phil says B, hopefully avoiding C. B. Everybody is saying B, B. Another B. You didn't have to send me that long of a message, bro. But B, I get it. B. Amish weed farm. That's me. That's me. And a oh my god, smoking and a drinking problem. Oh my god, dude. Son of Amish roadkill. B is my answer, though. A tip, and like I can't really do this because my nose is all stuffed up from partaking before, but a tip: when you are drinking whiskey or any spirit or beverage or alcoholic beverage, when you're done, as soon as you swallow, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And that will get rid of a lot of the burn and alcohol taste from whatever you're drinking. We have one card left, which means we have one drink left. I'll go ahead and pour that drink now, but we'll continue to talk. Excuse me. So, before I move on to the third and final card of the night, I want to know what you guys are most excited about coming up in your lives, within wrestling, within whatever. If you've got something you're excited about, let me know, because I love listening to people's excitement, and I love listening to people like telling stories about what they've got going on, or things that they're really looking forward to. You know what I mean? So let me know if you've got anything going on that you are excited about, or that you have going on that you're looking forward to. Oh, speaking of Derek James, it looks like he just shared that post that WFC just made about me. See all this luscious brown hair here? It's about to not be brown. I am definitely about to go back to the blonde hair, the bleached look. I feel that when a worthy opponent has busted me open, the blood in the hair looks better on camera. It's hard to see. It's hard to see an effort that the opponent has put in when they have busted me open. It's hard to see that on camera with darker hair. So I think I'm going to go back to that blonde, bleached look. That the blood just stains that dirty pink color. I feel if an opponent has presented enough of an effort to bust me open, their effort should be shown a lot more, because it takes a lot. Unless you're Dexter Hardaway. If you're Dexter Hardaway, it takes just wrapping your hand in barbed wire and punching me in the gourd. But not everybody's Dexter Hardaway. He was kind of a one-of-a-kind fellow that I miss very dearly. But if an opponent has done enough damage to my dome and has drawn some blood, I feel like the blonde hair shows that off, and that they deserve. They deserve very, very much. I miss Dexter too. I talk to him every week. We have a phone call every week, and we kind of keep in touch with each other, see what's going on in each other's lives. People that know Dexter and I's history know that he has known me since I was very, very, very little, and has watched me grow up and become the man that I am. So it was very, very fitting that I was one of his last matches, and then we told the story we did. I'm getting that whole optics thing. What do you mean? I know for a fact my vision's impaired. I just tried to stir on the outside of my cup. Or on the outside of my glass. Glass sounds classier, right? It's not a cup, it's a glass. Very nice glass, too, with a very emblazoned emblem right there, the axe and the sledge. representing a hardworking man, representing someone who puts in the work and provides as much as possible. A hardworking motherfucker. Do I have any preference of alcohol outside of whiskey? Not really. I did try The Rock's Terramana Tequila, and that was really good. I did enjoy that. However, I primarily stick to whiskey because vodka hasn't been very nice to me in the past. Yes. Crimson on Platinum. Oh shit, there are some messages comments I've missed. Hold on a second. Jet says, you've got a match with Sky in a couple weeks. Hell yeah, that's fun. Sky's a lot of fun to work. He's kind of a prick sometimes, and he sticks gusset plates in your forehead, but I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that. So, I don't know, you might. Who knows? Sky's fun, a lot of fun to work. James says he's working with a trainer to get back to normal. That's awesome. I was actually just thinking about, because back in 2015, I broke my leg in two places, one at the ankle and one right about midway where the calf is. I couldn't tell you right now what bone that is, but you know what I'm talking about. I broke at the ankle and broke there. And I should have had surgery on it, but I didn't. And now, when if you take your toes and point them up, my feet kind of do this, and it's not cool. It's not fun. When I wrestle, I wear an ankle brace because of it, and it basically, instead of doing that, it kind of does that, where it only barely comes out, and that makes it a lot easier to move around. So working with a trainer is crucial. I wish I would have had the surgery. Because when I did see a trainer later on to try to strengthen it, they were like, "Oh yeah, you definitely should have had this. Like, you should have had a plate here, screw, that. Like, you should have had it reconstructed." Hey, if you want to do a kaiju-involved cinematic, you should book the Kaiju Killers, me and Dmitry Alexandrov, part of Excessive Violence. We are all in for everything. Any kaijus that want to battle, we will kill them. Death match, regular match, doesn't matter. We will go up in victory. Kaiju Killers for the win. You said first day back in the gym today after pneumonia, and your brother having COVID. That's awesome, man. I know it's difficult to get back in. I know that when you're sick and when you're struggling, whether it be pneumonia or COVID or whatever, or a family member having COVID. Oh my God, family member having COVID. It's difficult to get back in there and resume the regimen you were doing. Myself, I took the approach of when I got back in the gym, I was like, you know what? I'll do a half workout. I'll do something to just kind of dip my toes in the water a little bit, and just kind of get back to the regimen I was used to before, and kind of work my way up back to that regimen. And I got in there and I started doing leg day, which I hate. I hate leg day, and I know that that's like a stereotype. Like, a lot of newbies hate leg day, but I've been lifting for roughly 8 years now. And when I got back in there, I started with leg extension, and I wrote in on the notes 3 sets of 15. And I did 3 sets of 15. And I was like, well, I got to work on my hamstrings. So I went and did Romanian deadlift, 3 sets of 15. Then I did, I got to work on my calves. So I did 2 sets of 50. of seated calf raises, and then I moved to a standing calf raise and did 2 sets of 50, 5-0. 2 sets of 50 on standing calf raise, and then I was like, oh, my quads didn't get enough work. So it turned into, I'm just gonna do a small workout to expanding this workout and just going as I felt. Like, just if I felt it, I was going, I was rocking and rolling, and that was awesome. I haven't felt something like that in so long, and it was awesome. So the first day back is always a blast because you never know quite how it's gonna turn out. You may go in there and you may only do half a workout, or you may go in there with a plan of doing half a workout and doing a ton. It was the, as far as my calf goes, it was, I'm trying to think. Okay, this. So, it was my radius. It came to me, I remembered it was my radius. Dr. Cube, Minion. I've met Dr. Cube, and he seems like a really cool dude. It wasn't like a lengthy conversation or anything. It was very brief because Kai Faden was working with Dr. Cube at some point. And he just seemed like a really cool dude. I'm really close with Kai, so having that small interaction with him was really fun. He seems like a great guy. And having them beat down an unsuspecting opponent. I mean, yeah, that's my style. Beat them down, fuck it. Beat the shit out of them. And an unsuspecting opponent, it just means that every person on that roster spectrum there needs to be watching over their shoulder. The idea was of a smaller workout. Did you end up doing a bigger workout? Or did you keep it short and sweet? Hold on a second. Before I answer you, James, I'm gonna actually listen because I am so far inebriated. It's crazy. I'm feeling it, and by feeling it, I mean I'm not feeling it. It was my tibia, and I fractured my tibia roughly halfway up, and then I fractured my ankle down there as well. The spot, and I wish there was footage of it because I want to see it personally, not because I harbor any harsh feelings or anything like that. I just want to see the break happen because I know you can see it. But I was working in Mid-South in Oklahoma City, and I did a rolling dive, like a rolling senton dive, off the apron. And instead of being here to guide with his shoulder and catching me, he kind of gave me his back. And when I landed on my feet, he took the bump, and he bumped on my leg, causing it to basically go and sideways. So, I don't harbor any harsh feelings toward the guy. Like, shit happens in pro wrestling. Unless it was deliberate, I don't ever harbor any hard feelings, and very, very seldom is it deliberate anymore. I know back in the old days it was very, very much deliberate. So much so that when I got my first set of boots from Dexter, they were a pair of motorcycle boots, and there was a slit cut in the side of the boot for where a knife or a blade would go, just in case the opponent tried to shoot on you. And even in 2014, that was very unheard of. But back in the early 2000s, it wasn't. So the fact that he had that spot in there in his boot told me, like, I probably should watch out. And I'm not going to say that he was ever in there to deliberately hurt me. But when I first broke into Texas, down in Dallas Championship Wrestling, I ran a gauntlet where I was the first entrant and I lasted the entirety of the gauntlet. And I faced 3 or 4 different people, and Adam Asher, or APOC, at the time, was my last entry to the gauntlet. He was the last person in there. And so there are two different stories. I'm gonna side quest here into this story. At one point, I snap married him and gave him the good old like dick kick, the kick right to the spine. And I know I didn't catch him with the toe. I caught him with the top of my foot to make a nice sound out of it, and not necessarily hurt him. But I wasn't wearing kick pads at the time. When I did that and I kicked him, he immediately came up and said, "If you're gonna do that, wear fucking kick pads, you goddamn idiot." And Adam Asher isn't one to throw GD around. So that is why I wear kick pads, because of that. Now where was I going with this? Okay, gotcha. So when I'm in there with Adam Asher, we get to the venue that day. The promoter tells us, "Hey, Wes is going over. He's running the entire gauntlet. APOC, you're going to be the last guy in there, so beat him up. Wes come out of nowhere with a victory. Roll up, schoolboy, whatever you want to do." I was like, cool. However, APOC was under the impression that he was going to win that night, and had been under that impression for several weeks. So we get there. The promoter tells us that I'm going over, and APOC isn't very happy about it. So, in the match, he proceeds to beat the holy hell out of me. It's one of the stiffest times I've ever been in the ring, and that only comes second to when I was in the ring with Rodney Mack the first time. But APOC proceeded to beat the hell out of me. I mean, he chopped me until I legitimately wanted to give up wrestling. He slammed me as hard as he could. He slammed me at one point on the outside of the ring. He was legitimately punching me in the mouth. Like, he was giving me all kinds of fucking taters in the ring. If you're a worker, you know what taters mean. If you're not, it means he's legitimately connecting with my jaw, or my head, or whatever, or my body. And so APOC is beating the hell out of me, and I'm just taking it. I'm not hiding. I'm not covering up. Nothing. I'm just taking it. I'm open for it. And at one point, he grabs me in like a clinch style hold, or a clinch style. Yeah, I guess that would be a hold. And he goes, "Okay, pop my arms, light me up." And so I pop his arms and I fucking go ham. And I'm chopping him and I'm punching him and I'm kicking him and all this other stuff. And he's loving it. He is full in, all in, just taking everything. And I think that's when I gained his respect, because at the end, he goes and he takes my finisher, which is the Goblin Driver. At the time, it's a head scissor pile driver. So I would come up, I would pop up, and I would go between their legs, and they would take a pile driver. So instead of a roll-up, we ended with the Goblin Driver because that's what he called. And so I hit him with it, I pin him 1, 2, 3, and I legitimately just don't want to come back. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is a fucking jerk. I don't want to work with him. I don't ever want to see him again. I don't want to come back. Fuck you. Fuck this place. Like, I'm done. And as we're laying there after I pin him, he goes, "You did great, kid. I want to work you again." Sadly, we never got the chance to work each other. But he gave me even more praise after that. When we got to the back, he gave me even more praise. The fact that I took everything he threw at me, any tater, any move that was far more stiff than it should have been. The fact that I just took it and I was willing to give it back, that's what he was looking for. He was looking for the fact that, like, am I cut out for this business? Am I cut out for what we're doing here? And I showed him that I was. That translated later with Rodney Mack. When I was in the ring with Rodney, he was lighting me up. He was giving me some nice snug. I'm not going to say stiff. He was giving me snug punches. And that's where I learned how to be snug versus stiff or too light. I learned how to be snug with Rodney. Rodney, at one point, was lighting me up in the corner, and he's like, turn me around, give it to me. And so I turn around, I give it to him, and I'm working. He's like, little too hard. All right, cool. And I'm backing off slightly but surely. And he's like, perfect, give it to me, yeah. And I chop him, no joke, is literally as hard as I can. And he's like, fuck yeah, give it to me. Yeah, that's awesome. Do it again, pimp. And I do it again. And eventually he took over again. But I gained the respect of Rodney Mack that night by showing that I listen, and the fact that I was trained by Steve Cox. Out of everybody, Steve Cox. He was like, "Oh, that's Uncle Steve." So I learned a lot from Rodney that night, and after the match and after the fact, he sat down with me and we had probably an hour and a half conversation. So. Rodney Mack and APOC, probably the stiffest I've ever been in the ring with. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I was going with that, but yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna try to catch up on some of these comments. I feel like I rambled forever. Good deal, longer than expected, but didn't blow it up. That's awesome. The fact that you went longer than expected is a testament to subconsciously where you want to be and where you want to go. Hunter. No. So I feel like I explained. I think I explained this already. I couldn't tell. I don't remember. But a guy landed on my leg. And it wasn't Sam. It was I think he weighed like 205, 215-ish. And again, I harbor no hard feelings, but the guy's name was Xavier, and he's been working for a while now. I do want to run it back with him, oddly enough, but yeah. Dude used to carry a 38 in his bag. Yep, that sounds about right. Fun fact, I was also told by my trainers, Steve Cox and Cole Crittenden, they both told me, never, ever date a girl you find in the business. If you have a manager, if you find a girl that's a fan, nothing, or a girl that's involved in the business, not a fan. Anybody that's involved in the business, never date them, never, anything like that. So I didn't listen there. And I've been married to my wife now for a long time. It's like 7 years. And 7 or 8 years now. And I know she's going to kill me over this because I'm inebriated and I'm trying to remember numbers and I can't. But I met my wife at training in the business. And she is legitimately the only person in this world, other than another worker, that understands my lifestyle. Like, if we look at my schedule right now, this Friday I have Core Professional Wrestling. Next weekend, Saturday the 19th, I'm at WFC at the 80 show. Right there, you can see the poster in the back. At the 26th, I'll be again returning to WFC, the Hope Center Arena, and then if you go down to March, I don't think I have anything March 5th. Shockingly, hold on a second. Oh, I'm using my phone. Duh. March 5th, I don't think I have anything booked, but March 12th, I'll be in Denver, Colorado. So like, that's already like just going to Denver outside of your local area. Like, most women wouldn't be like, oh yeah, let's go to Denver. You know what I mean? So I'll be in Denver the 12th and the 13th. I feel like I do have something on the 5th. I don't have it on my computer, obviously, but on my phone I do. And I will be releasing an image that shows my open dates and my taken dates and that kind of thing very shortly, probably within the next day or two. But I'm all over the place, man. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm in Texas. I'm in Denver. I'm all over the place. So the fact that I have a wife who understands that and is fully supportive and all in on it is fantastic. So while my trainers told me not to date anybody inside the business, I feel like if you're in the business of professional wrestling, dating someone within the business actually isn't such a bad idea. I know back in the day it was a bad idea. Nowadays, I don't feel like it so much because they're the only ones that's gonna understand your schedule and your lifestyle. I have a very hectic lifestyle between traveling for shows on the weekends and stuff like that, which this year I do want to expand, and I want to be traveling more than just the weekends. I do want to be traveling Monday through the weekend. That would be fantastic. So any promoters watching, open. I am open. Let's talk business. Let's go. You want to go? You have family in Denver? Currently, it's me, Tommy Dean, Sam Stackhouse in the car. We're looking for a heel. If you know a good heel, that's what we're looking for. Let's go. Come with us to Denver. If you're a good heel that can lead some baby faces, let's go. Load up in the car with us, share some good times, good stories. Let's make some good memories, make some good stories. Anyway, it is time that we read the third card of the night and drink this last drink here. The third card of the night, ladies and gentlemen, says, I would most likely die. Yes, Phil, heel. I'm looking for a heel worker who can work and lead a good baby face. Let's go. Anyway, third question for the night. I would most likely die from A, erotic asphyxiation, B, a drug overdose, or C, keeping it real. Now, I'm going to kind of spoil this and eliminate one of the answers. I don't really do any drugs per se. I currently intake a little bit of alcohol from time to time. However, I do also partake in the ganja, in the wonderful medical plant that is marijuana. I do enjoy that from time to time, and that's solely due to chronic pain that I currently deal with because of professional wrestling, the bumps and the crazy things that I do, and even down to the basic matches. Sometimes I may just take a back body drop on the floor, right? And that doesn't sound like a whole lot considering you're only falling probably 2.5, 3 feet. Sometimes 4 feet at max. But like, the guy never stands completely up with your back all the way up. So even that small drop, I have times where I'm sleeping in bed and in the middle of the night I'll wake up and I'm hurting and I have to adjust. So I do use medical marijuana for that. So yeah. I can work heel. Alright. Send me some heel work. Send me some heel work, Mr. Jet, and I'll pass it on to the higher ups, the puppet masters that be. And we'll see if that's what they're looking for. So A, erotic asphyxiation, fairly likely. A, hard A. keeping it real, like natural causes? Yeah, I would say natural causes are keeping it real. Yeah. Mr. James says A. Okay. I'll wait for Phil's answer, and then we will... Oh, A. A. C. Dude, why do you always send me long-ass messages? I'm not reading the whole message. I'm gonna skip down to where you put a space and then the answer. That's where I'm answering. I'll read it later when I'm not so intoxicated, but for now, I understand. C. This is true. You did get the loudest heel reaction at that show and you weren't even there. That's true. So it may be something that send me some of your like in-ring work and I can pass it on to the head booker. I can send you who the head booker is. Phil, you probably know him. So we've been on for almost 2 hours. It's 9:44. I know I said I was keeping this short, but I feel like I've done a pretty good job at just keep talking and keeping the stories and the exchange here pretty well. Hold on a second, Phil. I'm gonna send you that information right now. As you can see, my wife still is trying to figure out whether I'm actually still live or not. Oh. I did. It's the most fantastic gift ever. And they're so comfortable to hold. Like, my finger, my pinky, just lies perfectly underneath this lip here on the edge, and as I take a drink, it's fantastic to see that axe and sledge there. All right, Phil, I sent you the information. So there's that. Let's see. But yes, the correct answer is probably A. Erotic asphyxiation. There we go. A. So, card 3 in the books. All 3 cards, which means drink number 4. 4. Down the hatch.
I would most likely die. I'm sorry, what does that say? I'm trying to read it through a light.
Hold on a second, guys.
That was funny, don't drink out of that.
No, I'm gonna drink it. I have to drink all of it.
I don't know, after you spit it,
I don't give a shit. Here's the thing, right? Is I've spit on people, I've licked people, I've kissed people, all this other stuff.
Explaining this to me like I don't know you.
Because I know you know me.
Then why are you explaining it?
But they may not.
They know you. If they're watching this stream, they know you.
I don't know. I've had a couple people in here that I really don't know. Just coming across the stream. It's fantastic. They may know me, which is awesome if they do. But, you know. Anyway, it says, I would most likely die from A, erotic asphyxiation.
When I said die.
I did I?
Yes, you did. I said die, and then you...
Oh.
Doesn't even fit.
Maybe it's just because that's the only thing you read.
No, I said I would most likely get different odds.
Oh. Anyway, I would most likely die from erotic asphyxiation. B, a drug overdose, which probably would have been me before I met you, but not so much anymore. And C, keeping it real.
You're gonna die from keeping it real. I'll be 100% honest with you.
Keeping it real? You don't think it'll be A?
No,
I think it'll be A.
I think it'll be
Listen,
C.
we're just gonna sacrifice everybody to the devil. for
Yes.
the great goal.
Sacrifice everybody to me!
No, to the devil so that I can become rich. And then I can take care of y'all.
I'm the devil, but
When you get
I
rich.
hate to break it to you, but you won't be rich after that.
Where's my controller?
It should still be up there.
I see. Oh, I see. Why are there solid rocks on there?
I don't know, the empty thing is under the bed, actually, for some reason. Oh, maybe unplugged due to plugging the vanity in to charge my phone last night. See that, guys? There are so many different things. I may have shared in some Texas groups. Wink. Thank you.
Who's winking at you?
So,
Who's winking at you?
Phil Stamper. Hey!
It's not approved by me.
It's not snapping. Phil's a great person, and you know it. You love Phil,
I
but not like that. You only love me like that. I don't know. Kyle, are you the Texas group? Phil, is he the Texas group? He's in Texas. And he has a dope ass stream too, so. See this week, we're doing the third card. I'm already drinking. I haven't answered it yet. Or maybe I have, I don't remember. But we're gonna get this drink down. We're gonna call it a night. And as far as the wrestlings go, you can check me out on Core Professional Wrestling. They usually do a live stream. If they don't, then they do release the footage post. So Core Professional Wrestling. Next week, the February 19th, you can check me out WFC live from the American Legion Post 1 in Tulsa, Oklahoma on IWTV. Or February 26th, the day before my birthday. If you wanna throw me a little bit of a donation for my birthday again, down here, Cash App, $ Wesley Crane. My birthday, day before my birthday, February 26th, I'll be again at WFC making my in-ring return to their televised product. On IWTV, so there's that. On the 19th, I won't be having a televised match, so. Boy, this last one a bit too strong. But that's okay.
I was on a mission, I was on a plane. This is my transmission, I know I sounded insane. Please just listen.
So it's 9:52. I want to cut this off promptly at 10 o'clock. Nice 2-hour-long stream. 4 drinks in that 2 hours. That's roughly one every 30 minutes. See that? I'm a little slow. 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes, have a drink. Not bad. However, I do want to throw out the fact that I will have a couple new merch items here soon. I will have some new t-shirts as well as online digital download orders that you can check out for yourself. One of which being the Saga, me versus Dexter Hardaway. It started with a triple threat. It started with a tag team match in WFC where Dexter had to team with a broomstick to take on me and Steven Cruz, and lasting all the way to our most brutal match in my opinion, the hardcore match between myself and Dexter Hardaway at Metroplex Wrestling. Holy crap. So that will include 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6 matches there. I'm again inebriated, but it has a triple threat. I know at least 2 singles, a tag team match, as well, 3 singles. So it's got the triple threat, the tag team with the broomstick, 2 singles matches at MPX, 3 singles matches at MPX there. So 5 matches in total, a whole package there that you will be able to pick up for only $10. I know it's super cheap, $10 for 5 matches there. It's not bad. It's not a bad deal. There's going to be full production on it, lower thirds, intros, outros, so on and so forth. It's going to be completely edited by myself. So please, here in the next week, look to pick that up on my merch site, wesleycrane.bigcartel.com. You'll be able to check that out. How's it going, Megan? You're catching on the you're coming in at the tail end of the stream here, but it's good. I'm good. I've had 3 drinks in me already. Here's the 4th. We're gonna knock this out and we're gonna call it a night. If you want to recap the rest of the stream, then you can. We've read 3 cards from Disturbed Friends, and we watched a match between myself, Derek James, and Brandon Groom. As always, you can catch me right over here at any one of these social media outlets: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok at I Am Wesley Crane. Or you can donate here, help the stream, help bring in some more guests and whatnot. So you can donate here, Cash App, $ Wesley Crane. And here we are. You just got home from work. That's awesome. I hope you had a great shift. But here we are, 4th. You want a great shift? I wish you had a great shift. Unfortunately, people are a little bit unprofessional where you come from. So here we are, 4th drink of the night, and we're gonna call it a night right off of this, because I've got to take a monstrous piss. 2 seconds. Hey, there we go. All right, 4th drink of the night after the 3rd question. Here we are. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Gets rid of that whiskey burn. Now that I've got whiskey in my mustache, all over my mouth, and in my beard. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love these intimate streams where there's only a few of you in here. And I feel like that allows us to grow closer together. I feel like we're just in a room, having a great sesh. And that's what everything should be. Megan, the merch website again is Wesley Crane, WesleyCrane.bigcartel, BIGCARTEL.com. You can pick up shirts, digital downloads, anything about me, anything of me, you can pick up there. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, check out my social media over here: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok at I am Wesley Crane. And as always, you can donate here. Let's make the stream better, reach more people. And while I do enjoy intimate streams, I also enjoy big streams where multiple people are watching, several hundred people. So you can donate here, Cash App, $, Wesley Crane. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you at the next time. I love your van. I love that it says OnlyVans. And hey, who knows? Maybe I'll start up an OnlyFans. It'll be a room full of me and a bunch of fans. I don't know whether that'll be electronic fans or fans that just go nuts for me, but hey, there'll be a room full of one of them. Thank you so much for tuning into Whiskey Wednesday. Next month, it'll be March 2nd, and we will be diving into a different whiskey, and we will have special guest Samedi. So, once again, for the fucking millionth time, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next month, March 2nd.